the Isotope Hydrium Blue Night. Now this is how you do a modern stealth looking diver right. Check it out. What's up, Schwartz Force? Welcome back to the channel. And in case if you're new here, my name's Dave and may the Schwartz be with you. Now, this year, I'm going to really try to bring you some cool reviews from various micro brands and some brands that are lesser known. And thanks to my buddy Jeff, I'll link his Instagram down below, we did another watch swap where he lent me this Isotope watch to review. Let's get right into it. The watch came with this nice felt watch roll that included the watch and strap as well as the papers for this watch. Jeff did also lend me this really cool nylon strap in navy with the British flag logo, a wink to the brand's heritage being based out of England. Now, one of the first things you'll notice about this watch is the clean minimalist aesthetic of it. But don't be mistaken in thinking that this watch is boring or muted. In fact, there's a lot of really charming aspects to the nuances in its design, which we'll get to here shortly. First, I want to go over the dimensions. With a case diameter of 40 millimeters, lug width of 22 millimeters, and 48 millimeter lug to lug height, it's a watch just about any wrist size can accommodate, but be aware of its thickness at 15 millimeters with the dome sapphire crystal. It's a thick boy, and that's what I love about it. From the side, it gives me submarine or UFO vibes. Perhaps that is from the bead blasted steel texture and color, or maybe it's the way the lugs are rounded on the ends, but I really dig it. And what are your thoughts on the design of this watch so far? Leave me a comment because I'd love to get your opinion. Weighing in at 134 grams with the included Tropic strap, it has definite wrist presence and feels like a quality built piece. And the specs back that up as well, boasting 300 meters of water resistance thanks to that screw down crown and case back, sapphire crystal with AR coating applied, 120 click unidirectional steel bezel with sapphire insert, superluminova applied to the heat treated steel blued hands and hour markers, and it's powered by the Swiss made Landeron caliber 24 movement, which is beating at 4 Hz, has a power reserve of around 40 hours. It does have both hand winding and hacking, and this particular watch is running at around -5 to -6 seconds per day. There's no beat error, and it's got a decent amplitude. The bezel is crisp, it's tight and solid with no back play at all, and the edge of the bezel is really unique. They didn't just go with a coin edge, but is almost sawtooth or serrated in design and function. And it's not overly sharp, but it gives great tactile feel and allows for shadows to dip in and out at various angles that I find really charming. Moving to the screw down crown, it also has a very tactile feeling, knurled edge and texture, and features the Isotope logo. Now, I did some research on the brand and found it really cool how they use this Isotope letter I oriented at 7 o'clock specifically, as it is considered by numerology experts to be the world's favorite number and a universal symbol of good fortune and unification, and significant across almost all cultures and religions worldwide. How cool is that? It just shows that they really put some thought behind it. Another logo of this brand that you'll find in the design of the watch is the lacrima, which means tear in Italian. Applied to the dial, you can see the lacrima shape raised just slightly above the dial, both done in this gorgeous black lacquer finish. I mean, this dial looks like you're staring at the wet paint of a newly built Ferrari or supercar of your choice. It is absolutely stunning. And you need to look at this watch with a loop or macro lens to really get that appreciation, so I'm happy to be able to share it with you here. If you like it too, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You'll notice no date window or complication on this watch, and the movement is a true 3-hand movement with no ghost date positioning. And the text is white, it's crisp, it's clear, with branding at 12 o'clock and model name, indication of automatic movement, and water resistance just above 6 o'clock. Also at 6 o'clock, we see Great Britain printed, showing pride where this watch has been designed and created. Along the slightly raised chapter ring, we see a white open track design with squared lume pips printed at each hour. The hands are heat treated, giving this blued effect, but are filled with lume also in the Isotope I logo design. A thoughtful touch into the hands is how the second's hand has a lume pip at the tip that is perfectly positioned to line up with the dot of the eye of the minute hand. So as it's moving over, it lines up, and I think this was a really cool design choice. And I love how the mirrored dark blue metal appears and disappears in various lighting. But having lume applied throughout the entire handset, the legibility of time is very easy. The lume is good. It lasts for about an hour and a half before becoming faint and difficult to read in absolute darkness. Hey there, do you find reviews like this helpful or pleasing to watch? If so, please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks. Now moving to the crystal. It's domed like a dewdrop resting on top of that case, and as I've experienced with many watches that have a high domed crystal, even with AR coating applied, it makes it very reflective, almost mirror-like. And getting clear photos and videos of this watch without all the reflections was quite a challenge. The bezel is probably the most divisive part of this watch design. As you can see, it looks like it's just solid black. However, if you look just right, you can see a very dark navy blue colored La Crema logo applied in the sapphire bezel insert. So while technically yes, you can use the bezel for timing things, as difficult as it is to see, I just don't find it that practical. And that's okay, because I don't actually go diving, so for me this is all about style and design. If you like this style of watch but prefer markers in the bezel, you may want to consider their Hydrium Burnt Tangerine model. And if you like this design but prefer an inverse contrast or more legibility, they also have a Hydrium Alba version. Now I'll put links down below. I'm not affiliated with the brand, but definitely go check them out when you finish this video. Lastly, this watch is paired with a superb quality FKM Tropic strap and matching bead blasted steel tank buckle. But this watch can pair up with so many materials and colors, as you'll see here. Now I just want to say a big thanks again to Jeff for letting me spend some time with this great piece. To those of you sticking with me here to the end, you rock, and I can't wait to see y'all again at the next one. Until then, as always, may the Schwartz be with you. Take care.